Namaskaram everyone, this is Vishwaksen and welcome to Vaka Talks. Today I want to talk about a statement that I feel is very important. We accept the love we think we deserve. What does this mean? This basically means that we have a preconceived notion in our minds on what we deserve. If we and we are not comfortable if we get something that is good, because when we believe that we are not desirable, or say we need to look a certain way to be desirable, we need to act a certain way to be to for someone to want to talk to us or love us, if we feel like we need to be a certain way, then what we believe is these are all the things that needs to be done for us to be desired. Remember, it says desired, not loved. So we believe that we are basically unlovable because these statements have been told by someone who are near and dear to us. These statements are said by people whom we trust, who we believe love us. We don't have any reason to question them because throughout our childhood we believe that these people have our best interests at heart. They could be family, relatives, friends, mentors, teachers. You need to act a certain way for someone to approach you. So all these people are talking about desirability, not being lovable. Hardly any of these people say that you need to be authentic to yourself. You need to be a kind person. You need to be a person who is compassionate. You need to be a person who listens to the other person. Most of these people say you need to look a certain way. You need to talk a certain way. You need to act a certain way. All superficial things. So we believe that when we try to be authentic to ourselves, when we are not able to look a certain way that is projected to us, when we fail to meet standards that are set by people around us, we feel that we don't deserve to be loved the way that we actually deserve to be loved. Everyone deserves to be loved, to experience unconditional love, to enjoy the relationships that they are in. But when we are told over and over and over again that there is a problem with how we look or how we talk or how we act or how we behave, we we keep we trust those statements, we accept those statements, and we actually believe that we are unlovable because that is not something that is authentic to us. And then we try to strive, we run behind these ideas that are set in front of us to try to make us uh, eligible for the love. So when we are basically setting us up for failure because these standards are not authentic. So when we are, and these standards that are set will attract a lot of toxic people, because now you are basically used to following someone else's criteria. you're you're following, you're submissive, you're subservient So it's easy for someone, a toxic person, to come in, step in, and mold you to however they want. This happens very, very frequently. So, as a result, when we question ourselves, when we don't have trust in ourselves, when we try to portray an inauthentic self of ourselves, we are not going to be happy, and we do attract people that are going to treat us that we are not uh, eligible for the level of love that we want, because we don't meet a certain standards. So we convince ourselves that we don't deserve it, and we settle for something where we are not happy on a day to day basis, where we are struggling every day, where we are fighting with each other on a daily basis, and we we tend to accept our fate is tied to someone who is not going to treat us with respect. We accept that we just have to accept this is our life, and we just have to deal with it, we just have to accept it. So when we are of the opinion that we don't deserve a certain thing because we don't meet a certain ideals or certain checklist, we tend to give up on ourselves. We tend to believe that because I don't have this, I should be fine with someone mistreating me, because I'm not as beautiful as these standards mandate. I should be fine with being treated with no respect, or being humiliated, or basically not being recognized, not being validated, my feelings not being validated. So when we give up on the standards that people try to impose on us, and try to find someone who actually respects us for who we are, who we uh, who we want to be, if we are authentic to ourselves, then we attract people who are attracted to our authentic selves, who respects us for ourselves, and who is basically respects our feelings, is not gaslighting, is not invalidating of our emotions, who is comfortable being in our presence, and who we are comfortable being in the presence with. So when we question ourselves, when we feel like we don't deserve something, we are not comfortable to accept it because we feel like we are taking something that is not ours. When we feel that we don't deserve a certain level of intimacy or love, we tend to accept something that is subpar. And when we get something that is actually respectful, actually validating of our existence, then we feel that we don't deserve it, and we get out of it. So as long as we still uh, feel that we don't deserve something, we will not be comfortable to accepting it even if it is offered to us. For example, if there's a compassionate person, uh, there is a person who thinks of others, who's kind and generous, and uh, listens to our feelings, and has a proper communication with us, we feel that the other person deserves someone better than us, and then we get out of the relationship even though the other person is interested in us. So first we need to accept that as long as we are authentic to ourselves, and attract someone who is attracted to our actual characteristics, not a checklist that they are going around with, then we can accept someone who respects us. If we are not comfortable, if we are not comfortable accepting them, then we need to work on what is the issue, what is the core uh, issue that is stopping us from being in a relationship with a healthy person. Because the basis of this lies in something that people have been told over and over and over again throughout their life. Oh, you're not tall enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not handsome enough, you you're not you don't have a good enough job, you don't have a good enough income, you don't live in a certain area, you don't, there's a lot of you don't that we tend to believe that, okay, I don't have all these things, so I guess I don't deserve to be in a relationship with someone who is healthy for me. I don't have all these things, so I have to put up with something that is extremely toxic because I'm not bringing anything much value to the table. So I just have to accept the other person not bringing a lot of essential things. So when people say, or society say, or magazines say that to be the desirable person you need to have so and so and so, no, all you need to do is be authentic with yourself and be comfortable being authentic with yourself. You should not hurt others, you should not outright go and hurt others, that goes without saying. But as long as you're authentic with yourself and compassionate to people and listen to them, be open to emotions and have an emotional connection with the other person and respect other people, and set yourself as someone who is compassionate, who is loving, who is kind, who is open, who is authentic, then we don't have any reason not to deserve someone who offers us unconditional love, who offers us respect, who offers us compassion, who offers us dignity, who offers us recognition, who offers us love. So, when someone says that you don't have something and you don't have something that makes you desirable, you reply with, I am authentic to myself and I will attract someone who is comfortable with me, who respects me for who I am. I don't need to cater to the standards that are arbitrary and set by other people.